morning, everybody. Depending on where you're at, I guess it's morning here. First one we're gonna do is the full piece that goes from the hood bump all the way back. As far as prep work goes, we use a mixture of probably 90% alcohol, 5% water, and 5% some kind of solvent cleaning solution. Your goal is not to get this ready for the showroom. You don't want to put anything that has waxes in it, shines in it, Rain-X in it. You want to use alcohol or some form of degreaser. Those of you that want to go the extra mile, you can go ahead and clay bar it. What you guys are going to need, let me set this over here so that y'all can check it out. That's it. Be a squeegee with a felt buffer and a zippy, a snitty, a slitty, whatever y'all want to call it. Every shop has their own name for it. We will send both of these items with the kit, so that will be included. You'll have everything you need. It probably won't be pink, but we'll get you one. Now I've got my hood prepped and cleaned, as clean as I can for the video for you guys. This isn't the final graphic for us, so this is just for the video. If you see anything like this, we're gonna try and get all those off before we send them to you, but you may just, if you see any little curlies, you may get those off. This is all computer cut. This is a cast film. We did coat the film in a basically a sealant. It makes it a little more scratch resistant. It makes your squeegee slide a little easier. It's not quite a ceramic coating for those of you that know about ceramic coating. If anybody is interested in ordering theirs pre-coated with a ceramic coating, please PM me and I will get you some pricing information on that. That is something we can do. Tape, you always gotta have tape. It's meant for rough surfaces. We buy it at the paint store. I'm sure you can use any painter's tape. You do want something pretty aggressive because you want to guarantee that this is gonna be held in place. Traditionally in the sign industry, in the wrap shop, we use magnets, but where I recommend is you get a piece of tape down here in the middle, you get it centered, and then you find your center up here, get this piece centered, and then as long as you have this body line running parallel to the graphic, then you know that everything's gonna be straight. You can kind of fill it out if you want to, just to make sure, but as long as you have that, you're gonna be all right. So I did tape both sections, maybe 4 to 5 inches back, and I'm gonna go ahead and peel this film back. This film does have repositionability. It does have control tack, it does have air release. It does have a lot of features that are really gonna help make it install friendly for you guys. If you have somebody to give you a second hand, that always helps out, especially on these hoods, on the bigger trucks. I guess this isn't really a bigger truck, but on trucks in general. So I'm just gonna pull that about back to where I've got my tape line there, guys, and expose the backing paper. So this is literally all you're gonna need this tool for that we're including for you. Some people, some wrap shops, sadly, do just cut this with a knife. The chance of damage to your paint's pretty significant. So we're gonna use a snitty. You just slide it in there like you're opening a mail envelope. It's got a little blade in there, and you just slide it right down. Try and get as straight of a line as you can, right as I make it crooked, and take that piece away. Okay, so now that we're here, guys, let's go ahead and we're gonna pull this up and just hold it up with our free hand. Don't stretch it, guys. It's not really gonna stick to the vehicle unless you press it on there. So I'm going at, I don't know if y'all can see this angle, but I'd say it's roughly a 45-degree angle. You don't wanna squeegee straight. You don't wanna go straight across like this. You wanna squeegee at an angle. And the repositionability, y'all can tell this isn't stuck on the truck. It folded over on itself, that's okay. We call this going Buddha in our shop. You just don't freak out and peel it back. The goal, guys, is I just want y'all to be as gentle with the film as you can. I don't want y'all yanking on it, stretching it. So I'm just gonna I'm making small overlapping passes, guys. You don't wanna get in a hurry with this. There we go. So we've got this piece laid down. You can kind of run over it, seal the deal. All right, so once we've got the piece up here towards the top of the hood tacked down, that's gonna hold it in place for us and guarantee that everything's gonna stay straight. So now we can go ahead and peel off our tape. When you peel your tape off, peel it off from the vinyl side. If you peel it this way, you're just gonna peel the sticker off. Some of you may start to concern yourself at some point in this process with scratches and fingerprints and things. Don't worry about that. Trust me, this material is made for this install process. A little bit of heat, a little bit of sun fixes everything in the end. It is a self-healing laminate on this film. All right, guys, so now that you got your hinge in place, we've got everything straight, we've got this tacked down, we're gonna go ahead and flip the material over and get our backing paper released. So once it flips over, this is why I recommend cleaning the entire area around the graphic, because it's gonna be touching other areas, you're gonna be touching other areas. As clean as the truck can be, the better. So I'm just gonna start peeling this backing paper off gently, as far as I can reach. And I'm just gonna pull the rest. I'm gonna keep it flat on the truck. It's kinda gonna do some of the work for me. Once you've got your backing paper released, everything on your flat surface here should be laying down pretty smooth. If it's not, feel free to kind of gently pick up some areas and adjust as needed. It's very important, guys, that if anything gets stuck to the vehicle that you're trying to correct and you need to pick it back off the vehicle for any reason, don't pull on it, pop it. If, for instance, if this was stuck here and I needed to get it back up, don't slowly pull on this because you're gonna stretch it. The best thing you can do is just pop it. If you do that, it's not gonna stretch it, it's not gonna have any residual effects. So most of y'all should already be laid out pretty flat. I kind of intentionally screwed that up a little bit. So now we're back to where we started. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start at our hinge here and we're gonna go straight down, just straight down the hood, all the way to the peak right there. Just keep on following it down, take your time, don't rush this stuff. Get that locked in. Once we got that locked in, we've essentially formed a piece here that needs to be put down and a piece there that needs to be put down. So now I'm just gonna start working the edge off of that. Going at 45, small overlaps, moderate pressure, not concerning myself with scratches. If at any point you see the material really start to bunch up on you, you could just go ahead and stop and readjust the film to get it to lay back down the way you need it to. It's very important that you do not work this edge yet. This has got to be the last surface that you put down. You cannot go ahead and finish this out just because you're over here. Once y'all made it to there, go ahead and hop over to the other side. We're gonna do the same thing. Can you see this area that's not pushed down? So essentially it forms a little rectangle. We're gonna start on the corner of it, and at a 45, we're just gonna start working that film. Just had to hop down. I'm just gonna keep working that body. Well, I say body line, it's not really a line, a body line, it's kind of a line that we created, but you can see this angle here. It's very important that y'all are doing very small overlaps, maybe a quarter to a half inch, using a good amount of pressure and keeping that squeegee at a 45. I can see I'm starting to get something right here that's going to create an issue, so I'm going to stop. Just pull that out a little bit, leave it to hang out. You're gonna pick this side up. I'm not pulling on this stuff, guys, really. I'm just letting it relax. So once I've let it relax, I'm gonna finish this out. Perfect. So now we've got all the way to this line on this side. So we're gonna do the same thing over here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me try and do it with my left hand here. Let's say, for example, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make a wrinkle in this and show y'all how to fix that. So say that you weren't doing your small overlap. Say you did a big overlap here and you went straight down and it worked out perfectly. So I guess that just testifies to how easy this stuff is to put on. That should have screwed it up, but it didn't. Once we make sure we've got everything down, so now all we've got left is these two side pieces. You're in the home stretch. There's one more thing that I forgot to tell y'all. If you have a heat gun, that's better than a blow dryer, but a blow dryer should be plenty enough for what you need to do here. Really the way that this film works is off of memory. So all you guys that are familiar with install seem to be really concerned about this area. I can understand that. With a little bit of heat and the proper technique, this should not give y'all any problems. What we're gonna do is take your blow dryer, your heat gun. If you're really brave and you wanna use a torch, go for it. We use a torch around here, but if you burn a hole in it, I can't really send you another one for free. So let's get this heated up. You should see once the film starts to have any reaction to the heat. I'm holding it about 6 inches. You could probably go a foot away. Okay, this isn't hot, this isn't melted. A blow dryer is fine. You just want to get it heated up. You just want to let it relax. While this side is cooling, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, and then I'll probably just cut back to this. There's no reason for y'all to watch me do both sides. So I've got both sides heated up. I've kind of let them cool back down, come back down to room temperature. You do need to be doing this in a climate-controlled environment. And when I say that, it doesn't need to be 72 degrees, but it can't be outside in the freezing cold, and it can't be out in the sun. So once you've got this down, you can kind of, if any areas seem like they really might have already stuck, feel free to pop those up. Everything's pretty free here. So you have got to squeegee and do this exactly the way I'm going to show you, or this will wrinkle up right here. You want to start right here on this crown and follow that body line down with firm pressure. And you just want to do small overlaps. And essentially what we're doing is we're pushing this tension away from where it wants to wrinkle. So just keep working at that angle, guys, maybe like a 1/4 inch at a time. If you get anything, I'm not sure if that shows up in the camera, but there is a little area right there. You can take the hard side of your squeegee here and normally kind of give it, just don't press on it so hard that you damage the film, but you can rub some little imperfections like that out. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's gone now. This is probably gonna be the trickiest part of the entire install, so I'll go ahead and show y'all this part twice, just to make sure. I did do that side at room temperature just to show y'all that you can do it. It's probably going to help with the tension if it is slightly above room temperature. I just warmed it up very moderately. I can see where it's tucked under a little right here. I'm just gonna pull that out. Then I'm gonna do the same thing. Start right on that body line. Extremely small increments of squeegees. Okay, so for instance, guys, this right here, if I go ahead and squeegee it, it is going to leave a wrinkle right there. You can see that sharp line. All you have to do if you see something coming up like that is it's just stuck right there. That's all it is. If you pull it up, you're good to go. Keep working your angle. Small increments, firm pressure. Don't worry about scratching the film. There you go, guys. It's all on there. So we'll get it wiped down. I'll do a final little shot, show y'all walk around, but that's all on there. That was live, real time, no mistakes. First take. I will tell y'all this film does have air egress. If you do happen to get a bubble, just use your finger and lightly work it out. It will work its way out. There's channels in the adhesive that will let that escape. If you are concerned about not being able to get this right on your first try, or you think that maybe you'd like to have a backup, if anybody's interested in ordering two and having it back up in case there's an issue. I will sell you the second one for 50% off. It's $80. I will give you the second one for $40. I'm not gonna be able to just keep doing those for 50%. That's a one-time deal, but I feel like that will help some of you guys out, make you feel a little more comfortable.